Welcome back to day 5 of the Slim Down Challenge. You made it to day 5. Woohoo! Yahoo! Yes, I have pom-poms to cheer my clients on. We want to keep this fun, right? Because nothing will change if it doesn't give you pleasure. I'm a really big believer in that. And I want to help you through this process and have fun in the process and enjoying the journey, because success is the quality of your journey. So, hi, my name is Sue Ann Hickey. We're on to day 5. Today is about sugar detox, reducing sugar. And I know firsthand how challenging that can be. Before I learned how to eat right for my body type, I was craving sugar all the time, and I was reaching for carbs and bread and cereal all the time. And I was on this hypoglycemic roller coaster up and down because, as we know, we reach for sugar, it spikes us up, and then we have the ensuing crash. So say you start your day off with coffee with sugar in it, you go up and down, then you have maybe cereal, up and down, and then mid-morning you're hungry again and you reach for a Danish or something, up and down. Lunch might be pasta, up and down. So when you are on that sugar hypoglycemic roller coaster, believe me, your mood swings are doing the exact same thing. So if you have a lot of craving for sweets, one good important thing to do is to eat more protein, especially at breakfast, because that will set you up to stay more balanced all day. Now, that is especially true for the thyroid body type like I am, and it completely changed my life. I used to have a bowl of cereal for breakfast. As I said, I'd be hungry all day long. When I switched that up for 2 eggs, keeping the yolk runny, because when the yolk is runny, that has a negligible effect on cholesterol. That was a game changer for me. I felt so much more balanced and calm, and I wasn't hungry all day long. I increased my protein with every meal and more protein snacks, and that really helped me out. So again, it depends on your body type, what breakfast is going to be best for you. Your sweet cravings might be not because of your body type. You might need a smaller, lighter breakfast for your body type. And we're going to be diving all into that on Monday in my free live masterclass. So be sure to join us for that. So let's talk about sugar and better alternatives. Obviously, the worst sugar is white sugar. It's refined, it's processed, and it's in everything, right? People will tell me, well, how can I avoid sugar? It's in everything. So I hope over these past 4 days, you've started to incorporate real whole foods in their most natural state possible, and that is helping you stay away from the more processed and packaged foods. If you love your sweets, 3 things to do to help the sugar cravings. As I said, number 1, eat more protein, especially for breakfast. Number 2, drink more water. That can totally help with your sweet cravings. And number 3, reduce sweets. Yes, you do need to reduce the sweets. It's an addiction, right? Highly addictive. So one of the sweeteners that I always recommend that does not raise the glycemic level is stevia. So stevia, I know, we're backwards. But so this is a liquid stevia. The company name is Now, and this is original, because watch out, there's flavors with stevia now. There's caramel flavor and this and that. I don't know what they're putting in there to flavor it, but I prefer the liquid stevia more than the powdered stevia, unless you're getting the green powdered stevia that has no additives and nothing added into it, because stevia comes from a plant. That's why it's natural. That's why it doesn't raise your glycemic level, and it is 400 times sweeter than sugar. So that means you only need like 1 or 2 drops if you're putting it in your coffee, or a tiny pinch if you're using the powdered form. But what they do with the powdered form, number 1, I'm not sure what they do to make it white when it should be green, because it comes from a leaf of a plant. And then they add fillers to it, because if they're putting it in these little packages, they want it to look like more, because it would just be a tiny little pinch. So they add in maltodextrin, which is like cornstarch, and all these fillers to make it look like more. So try the Liquid, be sure to try with a teeny tiny amount, because if you put too much, it can have a bitter aftertaste. All right, so that's number one for replacing your sweeteners. The other thing I want to talk about today is the glycemic index. People get really confused, right? Because they see, okay, white bread, glycemic index is really high. Yes. But then they see like, oh, you shouldn't eat too many bananas or carrots because the glycemic index is high. So wrong. Like, if it grows, it's good for you, right? Fruits, vegetables, they're all good for you. Every single vegetable and fruit on the planet is good for you. What we need to know about the glycemic index is we rarely eat one food alone. So say you eat a piece of chocolate cake. Yes, your glycemic index will go way up and then it will crash. But if you're having a banana with your cereal in the morning, you're having some good healthy fats and some protein with it. So you add in a little bit of almond butter into your granola or your oatmeal. So the glycemic index will not go up as high, and it will balance out a lot more quickly because you're adding in the healthy fats and the protein. So that's a game changer. So try not to worry too much about the glycemic index because it changes with what you're eating. Okay, another thing I want you to learn today is that for every when you're looking at labels, you can know that 4 grams of sugar is the equivalent of 1 teaspoon. So that's super helpful to know because we see grams, we can't picture like how much is that, but a teaspoon you can picture that. So know that like the little yup drinks, the yogurt drinks, they can have the equivalent of 20 to 25 grams of sugar added in. So be very careful when you're reading your labels, check the ingredients. Yes, yogurt has some natural sugars in it. The lactose is a natural sugar, so that might account for about 8 grams of natural sugar, but they don't need to add in sugar. And when they do, that spikes the amount of sugar in the product way up. Be careful also, of course, of granola bars, which are hugely high in sugar. It's like a glorified chocolate bar, so stay away from those. In your email today, for those that are signed up for the challenge, you have my amazing power bar recipe, which I make all the time. I make at least a double batch and put them in individual servings, wrap them up, throw them in the freezer, and whenever we're going out or we need a healthy snack, grab it in the morning, and that's a perfectly great snack to have. Another great snack that I use a lot is trail mix, right? I just buy everything in bulk. I put in almonds, walnuts, put in sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds for all the vitamins and minerals, a little bit of raisins, maybe some dried apricots. Mix that all up, take a small amount because little goes a long way, and that really will fill you up, and it's such a nutrient-dense snack. All right, and the final thing I want to talk to you about as we're talking about sugar is candida, because candida is, in my opinion, a little known epidemic, and it has to do with huge sweet cravings. So if you find you have uncontrollable sweet cravings, you might have candida. Now, candida is something that's hardly even recognized by the medical profession, even a lot of naturopaths. I have clients that come that have seen other naturopaths and I'm like, didn't they see that you have candida? I'm like, no. So if you have taken antibiotics repeatedly in the past, even when you were a child, this could have caused you to have candida. What happens is that the antibiotics, of course, we need them to take away all the bad bacteria, but they also take away the good bacteria. And then we always have yeast in the body, but that yeast can take over a little bit too much space. And it will be in your gut, and it will stay there until you do a candida cleanse. So some of the symptoms of people that have candida, you will be very tired, generally, energy very low. You will have bloating, especially when you eat things that feed the candida, like sweets or any bread that has yeast in it. You will crave sweets and carbs that can be off the charts. And I tell my clients, it's not even you, it's the candida that wants to be fed. You can also have things like foggy brain can really show up a lot. Some women have yeast infections, but some don't at all because it can be, again, only in the gut. And there are other smaller symptoms like toenail fungus, athlete's foot, things like that. Some people have those, some people don't. If you have candida, there's one way to get rid of it. You need to do a cleanse for about 3 months. It's a pretty strict diet, I will admit. I've done it, and I've also accompanied my boyfriend when he did it. So you need to cut out all the foods, the sugars, the sweets, the alcohol for about 3 months so you kill off the candida, and essential to take a few supplements to kill off the candida again and to balance back your intestinal flora by taking probiotics. Now, if you think you have candida, by all means, message me. We can jump on a call and figure it out together, because if you go online and look up candida, you will see thousands of different protocols, thousands of different diets. Do this, do that. You can eat blueberries, you can eat greens, you can this, that. My plan works. I've helped transform the lives of dozens of women, literally, especially with the really low energy. The other thing is that your immune system is weakened when you have candida. So you can get over and over recurrent infections. Sinus infections will come again. Then you need more antibiotics, or urinary tract infections. And your body can stay in a very compromised state, and your immune system can stay low. But if you just do 3 months for the rest of your life of this candida cleanse, your immune system will be strong, and you will feel amazing for the rest of your life. So spring is a great time to jump in and do it, because you'll be done by summer. So by all means, message me, jump on a call. We can chat about if you want to do that. I can guide you through it really easily. So I hope this helps. I hope that you've had a good time during the 5-day Slim Down Challenge, that you've seen some results. If not, I mean, it's only 5 days, of course, so keep on going, and you'll probably see the results in the upcoming weeks if you keep on following your plan, keep on increasing those veggies, eating your clean carbs, having a balanced plate, eating 3 meals a day. It really, really works. So as I mentioned before, by all means, jump on the masterclass this Monday. It's going to be phenomenal, filled with tons of information of how to get off that roller coaster of dieting and depriving yourself and overeating when you finish, and how to eat right for your body type. We're going to dive into the 4 body types so you can figure out what type you are, and I give you all kinds of tips about how to eat right for your body type. So have a great day, everybody, and we will see you again on Monday.